Hi, I'm Cody Waite of Waite Endurance here at Session 6 Sport Performance with Kathy Waite, and we're going to be demonstrating the spin-ups, which is an element of our indoor cycling exercise protocol. So we're going to be, the spin-up is the very beginning kind of warm-up piece to all of our trainer sessions. So I'm going to have Kathy start pedaling. The key points to the spin-up is two things. One, it should start out extremely easy, and the other thing is that these are performed in your easiest gear throughout the full duration of the exercise. So she's already in her largest cog in the back, and she actually only has one chainring up front, but she'd be in her smallest of the two if she had two chainrings on her bike. So easiest gear, very light resistance, power output is minimal, probably 30-40 watts at this point at 80 RPMs. Now, the spin up, the way it works is you're going to increase your cadence from that starting 80 RPM by 5 RPMs every minute for the first kind of ramp up or spin up. The second round of the spin ups, we increase by 5 RPMs every 30 seconds. And then the last, when we have 3, the last one will increase much more rapidly, 5 RPMs every 15 seconds, okay? So for demonstration purposes, we'll kind of move through this a little bit more quickly and not be exactly 1 minute every time, but you'll get the essence of it. So we're in our easiest gear. Let's say a minute is surpassed, you would bump it up now to 85 RPM, so it'll be fairly detectable watching this, but you'll increase your cadence by about 5 RPMs. She'll hold that for another minute. Again, this is like the warm-up piece of the trainer sessions. So it starts out very easy, then as you start to get to higher and higher cadences and moving up the progression, it's going to become a little more difficult, and eventually everyone finds that spot where it really requires some focus. I know in class here, you know, everyone's chit-chatting kind of up until about 105, 110 RPM, and then suddenly the chit-chat, you know, goes down and they have to focus on what they're doing as they get those cadences over like 110 RPM. So let's just have you go up again to 90 RPM, assuming another minute it's surpassed. So basically it's just this progressive build of this cadence, and what's happening is she's starting out easy so she can kind of relax into it, wash away anything that's been on her mind today, you know, and then she can get her mind focused on her workout ahead. And then likewise, as she's gradually building that cadence, her heart rate's going to slowly elevate, particularly as we get up closer to 100 RPM and above. And then when we start getting into the 115s, 120s, you know, her breathing rate will definitely increase and having to really focus. So you can increase again by 5 RPMs, assuming another minute had surpassed, and we'll just keep this progression going. So what I'm going to leave you with is the main key here is performing these spin-ups in the easiest gear you have on your bike. Okay, so it's small chainring up front and biggest cog in the back. It should feel very easy. And as you get to higher cadences, let's have you go ahead and pick up the cadence as if we're like 110 RPM or so. Everyone's a little different. There's going to be a point, though, where you start to kind of have to really focus and even struggle a little bit. You're going to feel your butt bouncing around maybe in the seat. And it's going to be easier to shift down to a harder gear, but that's not the point of this exercise. The exercise is to be in the easiest gear. That's kind of the limiting control factor. And you're going to have to learn to be smoother at these higher cadences. It's going to develop some pedaling efficiency, and it's also going to allow you in your easiest gear to hit higher RPMs as well. Because eventually, as your program progresses, we're going to be targeting cadences upwards of 130, 140, 150 RPMs for brief moments. And you need to be in that easy gear to hit those high numbers, okay? So she's just going to keep in that. We'll go ahead and have you kind of wind it up as if you're kind of peeking out. So you can really see her upper body starts to move. So it's really important that she just stays relaxed in that easy gear and concentrated. And over the course of those 9-10 minutes in the 1 minute increment spin-ups, she'll kind of hit that peak at 120. Then you let it spin down a little bit. You'll start again back at 80 or maybe 90 RPM. And she's going to build up by 5 RPMs every 30 seconds up to a little higher cadence that way. Okay? So fairly straightforward. The key points: easiest gear on your bike. It's supposed to be very easy at the beginning. It's going to become more challenging as you hit those higher RPMs. And at that point, you want to just stay focused, stay relaxed, and do your best to spin. If you can't quite hit the numbers that are prescribed in the workout initially in the beginning, don't worry about it. Do as high as you can get to each week. Try to get a little higher than the previous week, and eventually you'll kind of catch up to what's on the schedule there. All right, so that's our spin ups. That's the warm up piece of our trainer workout series sessions, and we'll leave you with that. Good luck. Have fun.